Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Monday, January 25th, 2021. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Premier of Nevis, Honorable Mark Brantley, says his government intends to agitate for hotels, restaurants and supermarkets on the island to purchase food from local farmers and producers. During his address at the Nevis Ministry of Agriculture's annual planning symposium, Agenda 2021, Brantley recognized hotelier Richard Lupinacci, proprietor of the Hermitage Inn in Nevis, as a friend of local agriculture, commended his business for utilizing local products on their menu and calling on other businesses to emulate this practice.
We need really a renaissance in terms of our thinking, in terms of our approach, to ensure that our people support our local farmers, so that farmers do not have the problem that they have complained about of producing and then having their food rot because they have no market. And in that regard, I can tell you that my government is very serious about talking to our hotels, talking to our restaurants, talking to our supermarkets, and saying to them that if product is available locally, then that must get first preference. I think it's a very simple thing, that the big hotels must follow the example of the Hermitage, that people coming in to visit with us, to vacation with us, actually would like to taste what we have available on the island, the local product, because it is superior in quality.
The Premier stressed the need for these businesses and the general public to buy local food in order to support local growers and producers and help keep the economy afloat.
Our farming community and our farmers in particular are looking to farming as a livelihood. They need to feed their families. They need to send their children to school. The only way they can do that is if we as a people buy their produce. And it irks me, I confess, when I see substandard produce in the supermarkets being sold ahead of our locally produced fruits and vegetables.
Brantley added that he remains hopeful that in his lifetime, the people of Nevis can get to a point where they would substitute most of the food items being imported and start buying and eating local. Persons wishing to access the ambulance service at the Alexandra Hospital on Government Road now have a designated number to do so. As of Friday, January 22nd, 2021, the emergency number is 469-3333. The Alexandra Hospital in the Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs made the announcement through a press statement, urging persons to call the number for medical emergencies. The general public is asked to call 469-3333 in the event of medical emergencies, which can include loss of consciousness, sudden inability to move or speak, sudden confusion, seizures that are not stopping, pain in the chest, difficulty breathing, severe bleeding that is not stopping, severe allergic reactions, severe burns and scalds, and other forms of injury. The 469-3333 line is available 24/7 and will connect you directly to emergency personnel in the emergency room, bypassing the switchboard operator. It indicated that persons using the service could expect to provide important information to emergency personnel. You will be asked questions to determine the nature of the emergency. This may include symptoms and medical conditions of the person that needs help. You will be asked the location of the emergency. This may include street name, directions, and landmarks to guide the ambulance to the location where help is needed. You will be asked to provide a number that we can call back in case the call is dropped or in case more information needs to be collected. Not all emergencies are the same. Please provide as much information as you can so that we can provide the best assistance for the situation. Please continue to follow the media for more promotional messages about this emergency service provided by the Alexandra Hospital. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, has joined other Caribbean and world leaders in extending sincerest congratulations and best wishes to President Joseph Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, who were sworn in as the 46th President and Vice President of the United States of America on Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. President Biden and his running mate Kamala Harris won the hard-fought and historic U.S. presidential election on November 3rd, 2020. In a congratulatory letter to President Biden, Prime Minister Harris said, "As you accept the mantle afforded to you as the 46th President of the United States of America, allow me to reaffirm the commitment of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis to continue the long-standing mutual relationship that exists between the Federation and the United States of America, one that was built on mutual respect and support." Prime Minister Harris added that he is confident and optimistic that through your strong leadership, garnered through years of service as a seasoned politician, particularly the years spent as a former Vice President of the United States, the continued partnership between St. Kitts and Nevis and the United States of America will not only continue but will flourish. The Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis and the United States of America have been diplomatic allies since 1983. Health authorities in St. Kitts and Nevis are noting a gradual increase in the number of persons exhibiting flu-like symptoms. However, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws said that this is common as the country is in the midst of the influenza season that typically runs from October to April. We want to reassure the public there is no need to get fearful or be alarmed that they have COVID. Remember that we are in the middle of the influenza season, and so my recommendation to you is if you are experiencing the symptoms of the flu, make contact with your regular physician, CMO Laws advised during the National Emergency Operations Center COVID-19 briefing on Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Some of the symptoms being reported include sore throat, runny nose, redness of the eye, malaise, and fatigue. Experts note that persons with flu are considered to be most contagious in the first 3 to 4 days after the illness starts. As such, Dr. Laws urged persons to contact their physician. "I am not sending you to your doctor's office," she stated. "Please call, send a WhatsApp message to your primary care physician, explain your symptoms, and he or she will make the appropriate recommendations in terms of your management." To avoid getting the flu, persons were encouraged to continue practicing the measures that have proven effective against the novel coronavirus. If you wear your face mask in public places, if you are impacted by the flu, you won't pass it. And if you wear your face mask, that would protect you too from picking up the general regular influenza that we usually experience at this time of year, Dr. Laws said. St. Kitts and Nevis's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Hazel Laws, has called on residents to be vigilant in eliminating any possible sources of water that can facilitate mosquito breeding. The call is made even more urgent at this time, given that several neighboring islands have reported rising cases of dengue fever among the population. Some have recorded multiple fatalities from the tropical disease. She indicated that vector control officers employed by the government will remain active in communities throughout the Federation. They continue to ensure that potential breeding areas are identified and eliminated. Mosquitoes lay their eggs directly into stagnant water or near bodies of water. Common items around the household and workplace that can facilitate mosquito breeding include plastic containers, vases, flower pot plates, buckets, uncovered garbage bins, drums or barrels, and car tires. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.